All right, welcome everyone. Look, today we're going to tackle a topic that can feel, well, a little heavy, but we're going to make it super clear, really practical, and honestly, surprisingly simple. We are talking about unlocking a real workplace superpower, knowing exactly what to do when you see something that just isn't right. So let's jump right in. Okay, so here's what we've got on the agenda. We're going to start with that awkward silence. You know the one. Then we'll talk about your bystander superpower. After that, we get into the fun stuff, your 3 main moves. Think of it as a practical toolkit. Then we'll cover the power of support, and finally, we'll turn it over to you. It's a really clear path to becoming a true workplace ally. All right, first up, the awkward silence. Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That super uncomfortable, you could hear a pin drop moment when you see or hear something that just feels wrong. And for a split second, everybody just freezes. Yeah, we've all been there. So what are we in that moment? Well, we're a bystander. And let's be super clear here, that's not a bad word. It's not some kind of judgmental label. It's just a fact. It literally just means you're a witness. You saw it, you heard it, you were in the room. That's all it means. And you know what's the first thing that pops into most of our heads in that situation? Surely someone else is gonna handle this, right? Your brain immediately starts looking for a hero. Maybe someone more senior, someone louder, or just anyone else. This is a real thing, it's called the bystander effect, and it's a completely normal, totally human reaction. But this is exactly where we're gonna flip the script. See, being a bystander isn't a passive role. You're not just an extra in someone else's movie scene. It's actually a position of incredible untapped power. You're not just a witness, you are a potential ally. So here's the big takeaway, the thing I really want you to remember. Witnessing something isn't a burden, it's an opportunity. It's a chance to act, to help shape your workplace culture, and to create a safer, more respectful environment for everyone. And that includes you. And look, this isn't just some feel-good idea. The data on this is crystal clear. When bystanders actually step in, it sends a massive message that certain behaviors are just not okay here. It is one of the single most effective ways we have to combat workplace harassment, period. Okay, so you've got this superpower, but how do you actually use it? You know, with great power comes great, well, you need a simple toolkit, right? So let's get super practical. We're gonna give you 3 clear, actionable moves you can use. I want you to think of these as different tools for different jobs. You wouldn't use a sledgehammer to fix a watch, right? Same idea here. You've got 3 main options. Go direct, create a distraction, or go indirect. Let's break them down. Okay, the number 1 most important golden rule here is your own safety. The direct approach, calling out the behavior right then and there, that can be incredibly powerful. But listen, it's only a good idea if you feel safe doing it. If you don't, the indirect approach, getting a manager, grabbing security, calling HR, is always the right move. Seriously, there are no bonus points for putting yourself at risk. But wait, let's not forget our 3rd move. This one is often the most creative and, I gotta be honest, it's my personal favorite. This is your secret weapon, the art of distraction. No, I'm not even kidding. A sudden, totally random, kind of weird question can completely derail an uncomfortable situation. It's what's called a pattern interrupt. It just breaks the tension, shifts everyone's focus, and gives the person being targeted a chance to regroup or just get out of there. It could be as bizarre as a hawk in a hat, or something as simple as, hey, so sorry to interrupt, but is the Wi-Fi down for you guys too? Anything to break that spell. All right, so stepping in isn't just about what happens in that one moment. Your superpower doesn't just switch off once the awkward silence is over. In fact, what you do after an incident can be just as powerful. Seriously, never ever underestimate the power of just a quiet, private check-in. Just pulling someone aside later and saying, hey, are you okay? What happened back there wasn't right. That can make a world of difference. It tells them their feelings are valid, it reminds them they're not alone, and it shows them that someone has their back. That is powerful support. So, what does that actually look like in practice? Well, these actions right here are simple, but they are so crucial. It's not about swooping in to solve the problem for them. It's about being an ally. It's about showing solidarity so they don't have to carry that weight all by themselves. Okay, so we've covered the why this is so important and how you can actually do it. Now, it's your turn. Let's start thinking about how you would actually use these moves in a real-life situation.
Let's use these questions to get the conversation started. And listen, there are no right or wrong answers here. The whole point is to think through what feels comfortable for you, what might be a little challenging, and to get creative. So, what's your version of the hawk in a tiny hat? Let's hear some of those ideas.